I'm here with my guy Christian. Was you at the game?
I was at the
you
game.
was at the game,
Yeah,
weren't you? Yeah, so you're the perfect man to speak to. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1. Big win, especially after a couple of disappointing results. How are you feeling after watching that?
I feel good. I'm not going to get too excited, Laurie. We just beat a team that's 13th.
I like that.
They're 13th. No, it's a good win. We need to get our season back on track. We need to build momentum. It's on a knife edge right now. This fan base is turning toxic. We've seen the Arteta out sheep. We've seen I've been fighting them in comments all week. I make my own content. I've been trying to, bring some positivity, bring some energy, because we need that around this team right now. It doesn't make sense to not have. I just walked in front of the camera. It's cool. It doesn't make sense to not have energy around this team. Look, we're not Man
How was
City.
the atmosphere tonight then?
Atmosphere tonight was incredible. I think your brother was there, obviously. Ask him when you see him. Yeah. Atmosphere was so good tonight. Before, don't get me wrong, it's Spurs, and it usually is, because the fans get up for the North London derby. But if you were to look at what's been going on in the past week and the past 2 weeks online, within this Arsenal fan base, you wouldn't expect what you saw in the stadium tonight.
Oh, that's pleasing to hear.
Genuinely, what I want people to know is what people see online, what you see in the hate comments and comments on a lot of AFTV videos and even a lot of AFTV people that come on here is a lot of negativity. Yeah. That is not generally what you see in the stadium or hear or feel in the stadium. Yeah. There's so much love still for this team, for this manager, for these players. Are there problems? Are there gaps? Is there things we need to address? Absolutely, yes. The attack was not good enough again tonight. There are players in this team who, if we do want to challenge for the league, if we do want to challenge for the Champions League, maybe they're not good enough going forward. But it doesn't mean that this club is finished. It doesn't mean that we're bottle jobs. It doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean that Arteta should go. Because there's still so much to love about this team, and we need to get behind them. Look at Man. Sorry, I know I'm ranting here.
No, I'm listening, man.
Look at Man City the last 2 seasons, yeah? When we're behind them, don't get me wrong, they're Man City, they're incredible, they got world-class players, Pep Guardiola. But look at their fan base. Look how they stir it up. They talk about the Sharks, and all this energy goes into, putting pressure on Arsenal, putting pressure on the other teams. Where's our pressure on Liverpool? As soon as we lose a couple of games, it's done, season's over, Liverpool have won it. Put pressure on. As a fan base and as a collective now, social media exists that you can put pressure on. You think the players don't see this stuff? You think that Arsenal, Kai Havertz's wife coming out and putting what she's putting, that's going to have an effect on Havertz, one of our players, to play worse.
Do you think that might have affected his performance tonight? Because we've got to be honest and say that
Come on, man.
He didn't have a good game today.
He's a human being. Yeah. You think that's not in his mind? If I miss a chance, my wife is going to get this. Yeah. Of course it is. 100%. We're all human beings. Look at Granit Xhaka. He's the prime example for this. Granit Xhaka, when he was an Arsenal player, fans were on his back. From the moment he walked through that door and started putting in some performances that were below par, fans were on his back. Yeah, until Arteta turned him around and said, look, Granit, I believe in you. Don't worry about what's going on out there. Listen to me. Trust in this team and me as a coach, and we can turn this around. Yeah, he found a bit of confidence. Look at the player he turned into. I'm not saying Kai Havertz is a world-class player waiting in the wings. I'm just saying, when you get behind the team, when you put energy into a team and into players and you come together as a fan base, you can influence the outcome sometimes.
Yeah, you know what? That's a very impassioned plea there. I like it. I like the energy.
I'm just bored of the negativity. It's been negative for so long.
Although, to be fair, I would say that, because I was at the game on Sunday, I think a lot of it was knee-jerk. You're absolutely right. But it was the disappointment of many of the fans thinking they'd gone out of 2 competitions in a week. Now, I know factually that's not correct because the Newcastle game, there's still another leg to go. But I think it was the frustration of possibly going out of 2 cup competitions in a week. Yeah. A lot of the fans were a little bit antsy. But
I get it, Laurie. I'm not going to come on here and say this is the best season of our lives. Of course it's not. Yeah. We're essentially out of the Carabao Cup. We're out of the FA Cup. But it's so reactionary for Arteta out and, all this hatred on these players. Look what we've been building over the past 4 or 5 years. I was looking at the money that we've spent over the past 5 years. We're 4th highest in the Premier League. We haven't spent as much as Man United. We haven't spent as much as Chelsea. Spurs have spent more than us in the past 5 years. People are acting like we're Real Madrid. People are acting like for the past 20 years we've been winning Champions Leagues, we've been winning Premier Leagues. We're not that club. And sometimes you have to be realistic. Arsenal are not Real Madrid. They don't have the spending power of Real Madrid or Man United or Chelsea. sometimes you have to look at where you are and be realistic. And I know fans don't want to hear this, and I don't want to say this sometimes, and I don't want to hear this, because I want Arsenal to be the best club in the world, but we don't have the financials to be the best club in the world a lot of the time. What Mikel Arteta has done has put us back up there over the last couple of years to be in a shout of actually having a team that could be considered to be one of the best clubs in the world. Yeah, people predicting us to win the Premier League. We're in the top 3-5 favourites to maybe win the Champions League. Look at the players of the season we had in Team of the Seasons, in Premier League Team of the Seasons. That's Arteta. That's what he's built. And you can't just get rid of him because, we're out of a couple of competitions now. Give him another year, another 2 years. Let him finish this project. Let him build the attack. We've done the defence. The midfield, okay, is still maybe a work in progress. Zubimendi news. I don't think that was a coincidence that that's come out before the North London derby, by the way. Oh, yeah. A bit of energy into the team.
Yeah, I hear that.
But he needs to now, and if this board can back him, go and build this attack, get a couple of players in, if it is a Gyökeres, even if it's a Vlahovic on loan now, if it's a Kudus on the left, just build that attack, bolster that attack, spend a bit more money, and this team can do something serious. And I know we've been saying that for a couple of years now, but 2 years ago, we weren't even expected to challenge. Last year, we got 89 points. We have to build on that. We have to build. And the time is now.
No, I like it, man. I like your positivity, and it's nice to hear an alternative voice. Like you said, there has been a lot of doom and gloom recently. So what you said there is most welcome. So coming back to the game today.
Yeah, I don't even think we spoke about the game today.
No, you more than anybody else will be able to tell us about the players that really impressed you today.
I thought it was a good team performance. I thought it was pretty solid. I thought we dominated. First 20 minutes, Spurs didn't even have a kick. And then it was, a stab in the gut when they get that set piece. Yeah,
their goal was totally against the run.
Son deflects in, and I was thinking, here we go again. Here's the negativity's going to come because we've been unlucky, blah, blah, blah. But then we fought and we bounced back. We were lucky. It wasn't, I don't know if you've seen it back, but you've seen it. It wasn't a corner. We got a bit of luck there. So you need that. I've been saying, you need that little bit of luck sometimes. And we got that with the corner. And then we got even more luck with the own goal. But then we were on top. We could have scored 2 or 3 goals before that. We could have scored 2 or 3 goals after that. Odegaard chance, Trossard, Martinelli.
That's what I was saying. It's funny because although it's a little bit nervous at the end because, you're winning 2-1 and Spurs are obviously going to go for it. So you're thinking, oh gosh, I hope they don't get a goal now because it will undo everything we've done. But I actually think that we could have won that game by more or deserved to win by more. Yeah.
We had the chances to win by more, and it just highlights the gaps in our team. We don't have a finisher. We don't have goal scorers. Without Bukayo Saka, we're not clinical. Martinelli's obviously not the player he was, and I think that's down to injuries because 2 seasons ago he scored 15 goals in the league. Trossard's aging. I don't think he's got the legs to play more than 50, 60 minutes. He brought on Kieran Tierney to play left wing for Trossard. It tells you a lot.
Yeah. Well, Trossard's had a lot of action recently, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
And it was nice to see him get a goal today as well, by the way.
Yeah, look, a guy gets down the left, takes a shot. It's not even a great finish. It just kind of goes under the keeper. But sometimes you say this more than anyone. Sometimes you got to buy the ticket to win the raffle. You got to shoot, and we did that. Absolutely. It's a good goal, 2-1 up, and then Spurs were pretty much toothless after that. I mean, they didn't create anything. No. We defended.
They huffed and puffed, but the worry is that 100%. Something might go in. You're thinking, damn.
Which it nearly did. Porro, I was first row. Porro hit the post right in front of me. I think it was a cross, but if that goes in, the whole fan base erupts. Everything's toxic again. Football is a game of fine margins, and you need top players to put those margins on your side. If we had a couple of top players up top, that game wouldn't have been fine margins. That would have been 4-5-1 tonight, as it should have been, because that's a team that was 12th at the start of the game, 13th now. So let's not get too excited. Let's not get carried away. Keep the positivity up. We have to move on to Villa. We made up 2 points on Liverpool. Finally, we made up a couple of points on Liverpool. And Look,
how confident are you for the game against Villa? I mean, you were there today. You saw the vibes, I'm sure. Coming out the ground, people energised, looking forward to Saturday, yeah?
100%. Villa are a good team. I think they won tonight. They beat Everton away, 1-0. Ollie Watkins scored. They got quality players, and they were our bogey team last season. We lost away. They beat us here, which essentially were the reason we didn't win the league. So we owe them one. We owe Unai Emery one. So this team has to go out on, is it Saturday the game? Saturday. Yeah. And do a job. And they can.